Blog Talk Radio.
All right, Friday night, welcome to the Pajama Party. I'm one of those Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Mm-hmm.
Comment allez-vous?
Iman, or something.
Okay. Don't know what that's about. So how you guys doing?
I usually hear when people say comment allez-vous, somebody says, Iman.
Comment allez-vous is how are you?
Right, Iman.
And I don't know what that is.
Iman. Comment allez-vous?
It's good.
Iman.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, boy.
He got his own language.
All right.
Okay. Must be the weather.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
What does Iman mean?
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, how you doing, Kev?
I can't complain. How about you, Redwine?
I am functioning within normal parameters.
Okay.
Thank you for asking. How are you, Papa?
I'm pretty good.
All right. Well, shall we jump right into it?
Yeah, got a lot going on.
Yeah, let's get this party started before my ice starts to melt.
I know that's right. My ice is melting. I need to go get some.
We'll refresh it on the first break.
Okay.
Yeah.
My head is spinning. So much going on.
Oh yeah. All right, break it down for us, Kev.
All right. Okay. Woo! It's gonna be a long night. Our hot topics tonight: Minneapolis paying $20 million to unarmed women's family over deadly shooting. Also, the Venezuela uprising, and also ride-hailing rivers in New York to strike ahead of Uber IPO. Also, a hit and quit it headline: Judge agrees to temporarily seal Kraft. What? Proposition sting video. Appeals court denies Bill Cosby's latest bid for bail. Also, Virginia hiring company apologizes for racist job posting. And NASA says metal fraud caused $700 million satellite failure. What's popping with Poppa DD? Also, weird news. Man accused of marrying 4 women pleads guilty. Man with moose nuggets in carry-on says politics stinks. And man sues parents for destroying his $29,000 porn collection. Okay. Also, I'm just saying with Redwine, can you show a little class? Living for the City with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap-up tonight. Cocktail of the week is the Bombay Mule.
Oh, yes.
Delicious, as Redwine says. Our kissing list and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be right back with the hot topics.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine step on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
Oh, she gonna sing.
What number call?
Yeah, call us at 914
803
4306
and press 1.
And press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own.
We're hear from you.
We're liberal. We're easy.
Eastern time.
Eastern time. We're here at 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains, or in the...
Yeah, 7 in the mountains,
around
8
Michigan.
o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that, we're like an hour back.
Yeah.
But 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 will be tea time.
Tea time, 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It's 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye. All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darlings. Okay. I'm sorry. All right. I'm feeling good. I see. What can I say? Must be this Bombay Mule, huh? It must be. Hitting it that in. Mule is kicking. Nothing like a mule that can kick. Mm-mm. All right, we're going to get into these hot topics. Let's see, Poppa DD, you're up first. What do you have for the good people?
I have Minneapolis, Minnesota. Has been an ongoing case of finally a reverse of so-called fortune, where this time it was an unarmed white woman that was shot by a cop of color. Now, with all the numerous cases it's been in with cops of a Caucasian nature shooting unarmed black men, now you kind of have a tables turn on there where I think that the color situation shouldn't have a barrier on it. But it just goes to show now with this white woman being shot, God bless her life. We're not definitely talking about her or putting her down at all. This was a misfortunate situation that happened in a dark alley. And apparently the cop, when he heard a so-called slap on the car, he allegedly just kind of, when he saw the image by there, something, and he pulled his trigger and he killed her. And she was the one that called the police, claiming that there was that someone was being sexually assaulted in the area, whether it be in the bushes or whatever. She just heard someone kind of like being overpowered by someone. And when the cops showed up, it was in a back alley, and like I said, she went up to the car, I guess, to talk to the cops, but you never know. She's dead now, so you never know what the real reason was and what she did and why she did it. But soon as they have video of it too as well, soon as she walked up to the car and slapped the car, I think the cop got paranoid. And it was so ironic is that she was on the driver's side of the car, and the cop that shot her was in the passenger seat. So he shot around his partner.
Wow.
Through the window at her.
What kind of crazy?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
You talking the police officer was shooting at the car?
No, the police officer shot out of the car and her. They never got out of the car. They was in the back alley to investigate a possible sexual assault that the woman that got killed called about. And she went down to the back alley to meet them. I guess instead of meeting them out front, who goes to the back alley, I mean, if I call the cops, I'm not going to meet you in the back of the house, So anyway, she gets shot, and it's a big deal, in the city, and it coupled a lot of things. I mean, I've been following this case a long time. I really didn't have to even read the story. The mayor was fired, chief of police. I mean, everybody was under scrutiny on that because they didn't act fast enough. Which just go to show when you relate it to the crime with the black unarmed people, even though people protest, sometimes it may seem that based on what happened with this lady in Minneapolis, I think a lesson should be learned with this, with our black brothers and sisters that get killed by cops that are unarmed. It seems like that the remedy to the situation is not just protesting. Protesting is cool, but action really is what really gets the ball rolling. And them people just like, in Minneapolis, they acted out. They went after everybody. They went after the mayor. They went after everybody to get results. And people were let go because they wasn't moving fast enough. And then they kicked people out and things like that. And now, on the back of all this, Minneapolis is going to award the family $20 million for a death.
Wow.
Although the death of a person, money can never take the place of a life. I don't care how much somebody offers you. There's no way knowing that if your brother or sister or whoever it was that was killed, somebody gives you $20 million now, you're driving a Bentley You know, that's not going to. You pulling up your Bentley into the driveway of a big, beautiful home. It's not going to take the place of your brother or sister getting killed. You know, it's not. I mean, it probably give you more guilt than anything else, knowing that you sitting back, driving fat, happy, in your luxury vehicle or living in your luxury house, off the blood of your family member. So, who knows what that money does to a family?
That's true.
Anyway, so like I said, that's sort of the gist of the whole thing. And the cop was going to jail. He was convicted of second-degree murder as well as a manslaughter charge, which was a drop from the whole murder charge. So he's gonna. The maximum he can do is 25 years, and I guess still maybe give him time based on him being a police officer, and all it has to do with the the whole scoring system when it comes to you being arrested. You go through what's called I forget what it's called, but your trial has a number system.
Right.
And he'll go through that. So just to recap the story, a young lady was killed in the back alley by a police officer. The shot. The police officer was a Muslim, but he was an American, and he shot past his partner through the car when he claimed there was a slap on the car. But the suspicious thing that got him was that they didn't find none of her DNA on the car. I guess they were respecting the fact if she slapped the car that hard, then her print or something would be on the car. But they couldn't find anything, and they said that the cop that shot her went and got the car washed. So it was a lot.
Well, what did his partner say? Because he wasn't driving; he was in the passenger
Well,
side.
I think the partner probably didn't say anything because it's like see here and speak no evil. I'm not going to jail. You are.
But what was the reason why he shot?
I guess he was scared and paranoid back there, and just kind of. His weapon was probably drawn, being the fact he was in the back alley from the beginning. The weapon was probably drawn, and all of a sudden he just fired one time, and she was right there by the door.
That bullet had to whiz right past his partner who was driving.
Yeah, pretty much. Right. Yeah. They weren't driving; they were sitting. Right, they were sitting there though, and took her out, and she died.
Now, was this guy a rookie or?
No, he's well, let me see. I
know the guy's Muslim, so it's like, now it's a black cop. And he's going to jail. All these white cops that's been killing brothers, most of them, I think only one so far that I can recall, has gone to jail.
Yeah. And also, she had dual citizenship.
Oh, that's
United
right.
States and Australia.
Australia, yeah.
So it was a white woman.
Yeah.
So anytime a white woman gets killed, especially by a black Muslim man.
Yeah, so some of the words in the answer story says that the dual citizenship of the United States and Australia, she called 911 late on the night of July 15th, this happened back in 2017, to summon officers to a possible rape in the alley behind her house. Okay?
So this is what happened to her.
That's when she called,
So she wasn't being raped. She said she thought she heard.
Yeah, she heard somebody being raped.
Something going on, so she called.
And they're saying that the settlement is believed to be the largest stemming from police violence in the state of Minnesota, and roughly 4 or 5 times as large as any settlement ever paid out to any recent death of anybody. More than what was the gentleman in Baltimore, Freddie
Gray.
Freddie Gray, yeah, he got 5. His family got $5 million.
That's all.
And like I said, they say that this is not a victory for anyone, but rather a way for our city to move forward. Move forward. Now, for them to give her 20, and Baltimore only gave Freddie Gray 5. There's a big difference between $5 million and $20 million.
Yeah.
So it just go to show that the implications of this case being the fact that usually with black unarmed men getting killed and people getting acquitted, and now with a white woman being killed and a cop being convicted, as well as a settlement being 3-4 times the price of a family of a black. It's just the whole racial thing is just working overtime.
It definitely seems a bit slanted.
Yeah, it's working overtime, and nobody can really have any solace on this because, despite what people want to put racial swings on it or cops and whatever, it's still the death of a person. So you can't really say that something is so racial this and black and unarmed this. Somebody's dead.
Yeah.
Somebody killed them. and the person didn't have a gun.
And she was
no matter
trying
who it
to
was.
just be a good citizen.
Well,
She
I
thought
think
she
the
heard
whole.
an assault, and she was trying to call
I think when the
police
police showed up, I think they handled it wrong. Period. Nobody, and not only her, even herself, God rest her soul, she met them in the back alley. Why didn't you meet them out front of the house? Tell them what was going on. You can't tell the house, well, it's happening around back. I'll meet you around back.
I kind of agree with you.
Well, she said she heard the assault in the alley.
Yeah, but they didn't know.
Went through the alley.
That was their first time meeting her.
Right.
But if they thought she might have been the victim, why would you shoot?
Well, it's just not. Reasoning is not something that you can do based on first responders. First responders have anxiety. There's a lot of things going on, and you can Monday morning quarterback the situation all day. But when they go in that back alley and they hear of something, and the guy says somebody slapped the car, so maybe she hit the car and then she walked up to it, thinking that she was white and free. You know what I mean?
I did hear someone else discussing this on a talk radio show, and they were saying that she also had a cell phone in her hand, and it was one of those glittering cases.
I thought it was a gun.
So there was all this, illumination and light hitting the glitter on the phone.
Yeah.
So the cop might have thought it was a gun.
Well, whatever happened, it happened in the dark. It was dark. It was
But
dark.
she had a glittering cell phone.
Just those combinations: alley, dark,
glittering cell phone, smacking a police car.
Smacking a police car, they're all
made it look
paranoid.
like you're being a little too aggressive and you got something shiny in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your
And
intention
the first thing he don't want to do now, he felt like his car was his protection. So he didn't want to get out of the car.
Right.
Because if you stand up and get out of the car, like, wow, damn, whoever's in this alley wants to shoot me, they'll have fair game.
Right.
So he said he's going to shoot his way out of the alley, take a shot, and then once took a shot, he probably told his partner to back up. Go in reverse real quick, let's hit our
I'm
headlight.
hoping that he did, because otherwise that was dangerous to his partner, especially if that window was up.
But I don't think the partner's saying a word. I mean, this
But
here.
I'm just thinking, if the window was up and you're driving and this
I don't know if
person
it was up.
I said if, I don't know. It had to be for her to come up and smack through unless
I
she
don't
hit the
think-
necessarily. She must have hit the top of the hood.
The window's probably down.
Unless she hit the hood.
The window's probably down because people don't understand that even though glass is just glass, deflection of a what do you call it?
Well, my question would be, anybody listening, if you're a police officer, call us now at 914-803-4306 and tell us what is the protocol when you arrive on the scene. Typically, would the windows be up or down? I'm thinking they would be up, just as an extra protection.
Yeah, but I think, like I was going to say, people don't understand that the diversion of a bullet can be diverted by anything, especially glass. It's not going to be really diverted, but, and that could have changed everything. That could have changed the impact of how that bullet hit her. But for that bullet to hit her and kill her like that, I don't know if that window was up or down.
I don't know. That's a good question, because I haven't heard any report.
I would assume it's down because they didn't say anything about the glass shattered.
Mm-hmm.
So probably was
Sometimes if you hit the bullet with the glass with the bullet, it could have did something ricocheted or whatever. So you never know.
Okay.
But it's a sad story, And they treated him like any other black man in the system, because.
But I would be curious about that window. Because now that we're talking about it, I haven't heard it, I haven't read it, as far as that detail. With the glittering cell phone case, I don't know. Well,
anyway, it's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. And speaking of sad, the Venezuela uprising. I don't know what is going on in Venezuela. There was a time when Venezuela was a very rich country. Venezuela had it going on, People with big money were going to Venezuela
That's where our gas
just to hang out, and do whatever. But now it's like they're crying broke all over the place.
Because the president probably took all half the daggone money.
I don't know where all their wealth has gone, but recently at least 4 people were killed and more than 200 were wounded in 2 days of massive demonstrations where they have been battling over their opposition over who's really in charge. That seems to be the biggest issue. Who is running Venezuela? So you have one camp who is behind President Nicolas Maduro. Then you have another camp who's behind Guaido, who's the head of the National Assembly. Now, Guaido invoked a constitutional provision that claimed to be, for him, that claimed that he would be the interim president back in January. And now he's got the backing of at least 50 different countries, including the United States. But the military is saying, we're not backing you. We're going to stick with Maduro.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the military behind him, 50 other countries, including ours, behind Guaido, and the two of them are battling against each other. The country is already divided. They're lacking resources. People don't have food. People don't have jobs. People don't have water, basic supply. I mean, it is crazy. People are leaving Venezuela and moving to Colombia. I was watching a report, I think over somewhere during the week, where even there was a police officer who was a police officer in Venezuela who said, deuces, I'm out of here. I'm going to Colombia. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Because he's caught in the middle. He's trying to maintain the law, but right now it's like, who's the law?
Crazy, I know.
You got Maduro, you got Guaido, and the military behind one, other countries behind the other, all the people fighting. Did you see those tanks roll over people? I have never seen any mess like that since looking at footage of the 60s during the civil rights.
So why are they rolling over people? Just
because the military is behind Guaido. Guaido would see all the people are out there protesting. So you got people protesting, counter-protesting, they're throwing stuff and doing their thing out protesting. So whoever's got the military behind them, which is, let's see, which one? I'm mixing them up now. Maduro has
military.
The military.
He's the main person.
Right. He's supposedly the president.
Right. So he probably has the military backing.
Yeah, he's got the military backing. He must have told them, go down there and shut this protest down by any means necessary. So they came in there with armored tanks like you would use in wartime and literally drove them right into crowds of people.
Crazy.
So people got rolled, hit, whatever. They didn't care. It wasn't like just a scare tactic. They were like, I don't care what you got to do, but we're going to shut all of this protesting down.
But see, what I'm sorry, did you finish the article?
I mean, it's just a whole lot of crazy stuff, Maduro was on, I saw him on TV with his military people standing behind him, talking about we're in the final phase of this operation to get rid of Maduro. And, he's got the military people standing behind him like we're the muscle.
Yeah.
We got you, boo, kind of situation. But yet the people are still out here protesting because the people are the ones suffering while they up there having a pissing fight with
the people. Don't want Maduro in there, right? They don't want him in there.
I'm not sure. It seems that way. But, with all the protesting going on, they're protesting just the situation in which they're living. Now, I don't know who's actually to blame. I don't know where all the money went. Where did all the resources
Whoever's in charge now. But see, that's what I don't understand. I don't want to say that they should go or do like we do, which they should do something as far as these people in power for this long time, period of time. They should do like we do here as far as the presidency. Do no more than 8 years, 2 terms, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because if not, then you're going to have somebody in power for over 30 years, and things may not have changed. They might have been great when they first got there, but when over time, they just start stealing the money, and they just, the people suffer.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And
So
it's people that are suffering.
that's what goes on.
And the ones that are tired of suffering are the ones that's going to Colombia. They were like
or fighting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Either they're fighting, either you fight or flee.
Right. Yep. Yep.
Now, I wonder what's going to happen when some of these people get to Colombia. At what point is Colombia going to say, yo, you can't keep coming here?
But I guess it's just like, the people coming here.
Exactly.
When do we cap it off?
From the southern border.
Right. When do we cap it off?
There's going to be a cap off that says, look, I understand y'all having issues in Venezuela, but we can't just accept all these people coming here, draining our resources that are for our Colombian residents. You're not Colombian. You're a squatter, a visitor. We're not trying to handle all of this.
Right. Look, I hope they don't go across the water. That's my people.
Oh, gosh.
To Aruba, I hope they don't go across the water.
Well,
they don't play. You got to have something going on if you staying in Aruba.
Well, Wednesday night, Guaidó was on Fox Business Network making statements, and he said, as long as we are mobilized and united, we are very close to achieving our freedom.
He said it just like that?
Yeah, he said it just like that.
Okay.
Now, my question is, your freedom from what? Freedom from Maduro?
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for?
That's a good question. You're right.
He's talking about achieving your freedom. He's talking about, and then we can start the rebuilding process of democracy. So are you saying that under Maduro's presidency there was no democracy?
Oh, my God.
I don't know.
These people are crazy.
I don't know what's happening in Venezuela, but y'all pray for Venezuela.
I just don't understand why they continue to fight. Well, I mean, I do, but then, they do. How do the people change the laws of something that's not right in the beginning?
I don't know. See, this is the problem with having a dictatorship like leader.
Right.
Where it's they're in there, and once they're in there, they're in there.
That's it.
And the only way to take them out is to either kill them or to do this kind of stuff.
Right.
So,
but
I don't know.
But the bottom line is, who puts the laws in place for things to change?
These dictators, they're making all the rules.
Okay, well, it's not going to change.
I don't know if the people are actually, when they're talking about trying to make sure they have a democracy, a democracy means that you have people voting.
Right.
And having their voices heard.
But see, a lot of times they F over the campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, the election process.
Right. The election.
They rig it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's you can come out here and vote, risk your life to go ahead and put something in that ballot box.
It's crazy. Okay. We're going to go to the next subject. These are my people here, but after a while, they might not be my people. Ride-hailing drivers in New York to strike ahead of Uber IPO. They're going to go public on May the 9th. Uber Technologies Inc. drivers in New York will go on strike next week shortly before the ride-hailing company goes public to protest what they view as unfair employment conditions. The protest underscores the challenge for Uber of finding a way to lower driver costs in order to become profitable and paying drivers enough to retain their services. So he's saying drivers for Uber as well as Lyft Incorporated and other ride-hailing apps will strike on Wednesday, May the 8th for 2 hours at 7 a.m. Might not be able to get no Lyft or Uber.
On, 7 a.m. on Wednesday?
7 to 9.
For 2 hours.
2 hours.
Okay.
They are going on, they're going public May the 9th. Begin trading on New York Stock Exchange the following day, which is May the 9th. The drivers join peers in San Francisco, Chicago, L.A., and Philly, and D.C. They're planning a strike, so it's going to be across the board. They're going to strike. Uber claims that we are independent contractors even though they set our rates and control our workday. Uber executives are getting rich off our work. They should treat us with respect. We are striking to send a message that drivers will keep rising up. Kind of sound like Venezuela.
Okay.
The company hopes to be valued between $80 to $91 billion when they go on the stock exchange.
I wonder how much those shares are going to be selling for.
Don't know. Uber has yet to turn a profit. I don't believe that, Shiggity. it reported net loss for the first quarter of 2019. I still don't believe that. Mm-mm.
So wait, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying that the work conditions are unfair and all of this,
Right.
but don't the lift sharing drivers set their own schedules?
It's not about that. It's they don't want to be considered independent contractors.
They want to be an employee.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
So now you think of quote unquote employee besides a contractor. Contractors kind of on their own. If you're an employee, then you have to have benefits and this and that.
Oh, okay, I see.
Now, Uber, they do offer a type of insurance that they take out automatically if you sign up for it. As long as you're driving, you can have that insurance. Because a lot of insurance companies, like say for instance State Farm or Geico, they really don't want you to drive for Uber. If you do, they want to charge you more insurance.
Mhm.
So now Uber is offering, for pennies on the dollar, really, which it sounds like a pretty good insurance. As long as you're driving for Uber, you'll have this insurance.
Okay.
And it has some life insurance benefits, too. Not for you, but also your spouse.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, well, I think the main reason why New York is in on it because, that's a lot of driving. Taking somebody from Manhattan to Brooklyn.
Oh, sure.
Or going from Brooklyn to Long Island.
Sure.
And things like that. And even in Chicago when somebody's going to other areas and other regions like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even, even in my time in D.C., when I look at some of the whole corporate yuppie situation that's come about lately, Uber and Lyft is lined up in the morning in front of these co-op buildings out there. Lined up literally all night long. Went to the affair the other night up there on M Street where I saw Uber they were all out there. It's a whole other world.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that as a Uber or Lyft driver, when you have ran that much all night long, and you got to think too that every time you turn the engine on that car, you're putting wear and tear on your car, not their car. Sure. And man, cars nowadays, boy, that check engine light just waiting to come on.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when you put the wear and tear with the oil and the gas and just everything, and then the risk of your life, just taxiing people is a risk anyway. You never know when a knucklehead is going to, God bless the people that do that. I would only do it if the people were sitting in front of me. If my seat was in the back and it was in front of me, I think I would do it then. But
you don't want people behind you.
You want nobody behind you? Nobody knock you in the head.
If they design a car, where I could drive it, where
maybe you
my
need to
seat,
design that car then.
Yeah, I need right.
You know what? With that glass, like the cabs sometimes have, with that divider glass.
Right.
I would only do Uber and Lyft
if you want.
I would
but
only
I
do
got
Uber and Lyft.
bulletproof glass between me and you.
Exactly.
They need to put the steering wheel in the back now, huh?
I'd have to be seeing the back of their heads as opposed to vice versa. But anyway, I wish them luck and success. I just think that anybody that's out there like that, making a living like that, taking random people, really needs to get paid. You know what I mean? You can't rely on the little tip, and also if you want to raise it up to, when you see at the end when you go to tip somebody, raise that scale. I think that scale starts with it.
It starts at $1.
$2 to $3, $5.
Yeah, it's like $1 to $5.
It should start at a 5 spot. Why wouldn't it start at a 5 spot? 5, 7, 9.
At least 3. Start at 3.
I mean, because you have to look at this here. Either give me $5 or give me nothing.
Well, it depends on, I guess.
Yeah, but then you end up getting nothing.
Well, but still, but then you get people that.
But I think it's best to give people options. Start at a lower rate.
We can't be concerned about the cheapskates. We really have to focus on the marginal people.
But those dollars add up.
But if it's a $5 ride.
Yeah, but
you're not gonna get a $5 ride.
People know as an Uber and Lyft driver, you've gotten people out of some adverse situations. You have taken people down there walk of shame. You'll pick up somebody maybe and they just left out of a situation they know they shouldn't have been in, and when they get in that Uber or Lyft car, they are so glad to get the hell out of that situation.
Working up your car.
Why did I mess around with this person? Please take me back to my neighborhood. So it's just deep.
Like,
they
Lord,
represent a lot of stuff.
Lit up, smelling like all kind of bodily fluids.
Yeah. Anyway.
We'll see on Wednesday. So if you guys get a Uber,
do they give them like free Lysol or something?
No.
That's messed up.
You gotta provide. You know, you gotta take care.
But
of
I do see
your own
some people
vehicle.
drive and lift vehicles. I don't know if Uber issue vehicle, but I do know people that drive Lyft.
Uber and Lyft, they do issue vehicles, but you gotta. It's guaranteed. You gotta give them $250 a week. You don't, they're gonna take it out that card that they give that you given to you.
$250 a week.
See,
$50 a week.
See, that's, it's deep. It's deep. It's deep.
You know, this is starting to sound like a pimp
exactly.
situation.
That's what I'm saying. Right. We have to stop.
Like they are pimps.
Scuffling to make money has to stop. You know, there's too many rich people out here that's just making money. Period. And people that are trying to make a living are scuffling.
And that's why I said I don't believe Uber's not turning a profit.
Oh, they turn the profit big time.
And if they get ready to go public, hell yeah. They get ready to be valued at almost $90 billion.
That's why I said that the tip should be $5.79.
Well, maybe the strike.
I think it should be 5 cents.
It's going to eye open.
Anyway, you want to take a little CC break?
Sounds like
we got to get some ice
take a
up
break.
in here.
I need to refresh my glass and.
All right, we're coming back with the Hit It and Quit It headlines, and you want to call us up 914-803-4306.
All right.
If you drive for Uber or Lyft, give us a call. Join in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be right back on the other side of the break.
This is the Pajama Party on Blog Talk Radio. The Pajama Party is produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment at www.dchomegrown.com. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and dial 914-803-4306. That's 914-803-4306 and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved just for you at the Pajama Party, so call us now. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Log on to www.apajamaparty.com and click the Listen Live banner or call 914-803-4306. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Is it tea time, darling?
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, and they both work for me, by the way, just so you know. And we're taking applications because I'm always really ready to get rid of them both. Anyway, let's see. Redwine, are you here or are you?
I'm right here.
Okay. I think this next story belongs to you.
Je suis Vin Rouge. I am always here.
Vin Rouge.
I am here when no one else is here.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right, we'll give you the Fickle Finger of Faith Award.
Oh, gosh. I don't know what that is, but I don't think I want it.
Too young to know about that. All right.
Okay, it's time to hit them and quit them. So I got one about this. Now this is some bull. I have to say this is some reheated bull. The judge has agreed to temporarily seal the video in the prostitution sting. Allegedly, I don't know why they keep using the word allegedly, because his wrinkled up ass was there. Allegedly involving New England Patriot owner Robert Kraft.
Well, let's not just call him New England Patriot owner. If you open up your pantry in your kitchen, half the stuff in your pantry.
Well, that's okay too, but I'm saying that's
I'm just
allegedly.
saying how much power he has.
Like he was there, like he allegedly was there. He was there. Anyway, attorneys for Lee Wang, one of the 4 women arrested in connection with the Orchids of Asia day spa sting in Jupiter, Florida, argued in court this past Monday that the video allegedly, I'm doing air quotes, showing sex acts with New England Patriot owner Robert Kraft should be protected from release. Judge Joseph Marks agreed to temporarily seal the video and audio. They got video and audio.
Joseph Marks is going to get paid, okay?
So he has agreed to temporarily seal it. And this is in the case against 45-year-old Wang, who is, I don't know, she's one of the owners of this joint.
I think she's one of the masseuses.
Okay, so on last Friday, Kraft's lawyers were back in court in an effort to try to have all the video evidence thrown out. His attorneys filed a motion saying that the police violated his constitutional right to privacy when they secretly installed video cameras at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa back in January. So they want all the videos thrown out and the case to be sealed. And the prosecutors say Kraft had no expectation of privacy on January 19th or 20th when the videos were taken at the spa. So Kraft was just
both days.
Right. He said 2 days. And they're saying the prosecutor said he had no expectation of privacy. So to me, if you have no expectation of privacy, either you saw a camera or you thought that maybe something might be recorded. Because to me, that phrase, no expectation of privacy, means I don't expect for this to be a private situation.
Right.
So anyway, he was only one out of 25 men that were caught in that sting operation.
Yeah.
It was 24 other pervs up in there.
And a couple of them were billionaires as well.
Okay.
So that place really must do it.
But Kraft, that name just going to
Yeah.
Right. So Kraft's attorneys are arguing that the planting of the secret cameras in the spa was a government overreach and that the police had no reason to go to such extreme measures.
That's they didn't know they were going to catch, those particular people there.
Right.
There was just an operational sting, right?
Exactly. Who knew?
Well, see, the
knew
original case, they thought they were looking for human trafficking.
Gotcha.
So originally, that's what they were looking for. They just caught him in the trap and said, "Oh, y'all not trafficking, y'all out here tricking."
Well, like I said, a couple other people.
That's a trap.
Yeah, trip is,
There you
a
go.
trick is a trap. But, it was so interesting that a couple other millionaires and billionaires was in there. So that place must have really had a reputation of really
It must have. Those
being
women
a
must
real-
have had, like, a reputation that said it's worth the trip.
That happy ending must have been off the chain. But anyway, I wouldn't know about that. I just read that
Oh, just what you heard?
somewhere. I've heard, But
Well,
anyway.
it said hundreds of people were charged in the sting involving several massage parlors and day spas in Florida. The billionaire NFL owner was charged in February with 2 misdemeanor counts of soliciting prostitution after being accused of paying for sex. And he still has pleaded not guilty.
This man's a billionaire. Why didn't you have your own little...
He's like, I'm not guilty. What's your plea, sir? Not guilty. Well, we got you on audio and video, sir. Do you want to change your plea? No, not guilty.
I just don't understand why, like Papa said, why just he could have bought a house and done his dirty work in that house.
Yes.
You don't have to take him to your mansion where you live.
And the 2 women that own this place are also pleading not guilty to running a house of prostitution. I'm like, y'all are running a whorehouse straight up.
Yeah, this was
You running a whorehouse that every now and then does a legitimate massage. That's what y'all are running. And they don't want to admit it.
Every,
Is that was
every
it Korean
12th
lady?
every 12th massage is legit.
Was it Korean lady?
I'm not sure. I know they're Asian. I'm not sure if they're.
Nowadays the big population of Asian is Vietnamese.
Right.
You know what? Based on her
Vietnamese is
name,
big.
I would say she's Korean. Her name is Hua Zhang. H-U-A.
And Redwine,
like
how do you
Korean
determine that? Did you?
Because the name looks like it is of Korean.
Was that a class you went to in your travels,
Yes,
or?
I know several Koreans,
How do
and
you
her
know
name
different-
looks Korean.
I was asking that because
Lee Wang doesn't necessarily look Korean.
there was a
Korean.
woman that was at 45's one of his dinners, and she owned some businesses. So it might be the same woman. I'm not sure.
That'd be interesting.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a connection. Kraft, 45, all of them,
They're
all
all
of, like Papa said, all them billionaires.
All right. Well, let's get to the next story here. We have the appeals. Bill Cosby, who is currently serving time in a Pennsylvania prison, he submitted appeals to have bail for his trial so he can be out and do his appeals and what have you. This happened in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is the capital of Pennsylvania. An appeal court has denied Bill Cosby's latest effort to be released from prison on bail while he fights the appeal for his sex assault conviction. Lawyers for the 81-year-old comedian had renewed their bail motion in a filing last week with Pennsylvania Supreme Court. Okay, they say Cosby is likely to have his conviction overturned because of trial errors. All right, but the court said that they'll have to see that in the mix and in paper and in writing. In the meantime, he's going to stay in jail. The defense complained that Montgomery County Judge Stephen O'Neill hasn't yet issued a post-trial option explaining key trial decisions and defense plans and challenges to the appeal. They're saying that he's being really railroaded, that everybody's kind of turned their back. Once he went to jail, nobody's discussing it. The state of Pennsylvania, Montgomery County, they can't get a word in edgewise about Bill Cosby. It's almost a forgotten notion anymore up there in that area. Mm-hmm. So the appeals court has turned down the bail motion in a one-line order issued Monday saying no, he will remain in jail, period. So Cosby is serving a 3 to 10 year prison term for drugging and molesting a woman at his estate near Philadelphia in 2004.
Wow.
So,
and this is 2019.
Brother is still, and he goes to trial in 2019.
Wow.
A retrial, because the first trial was a mistrial, because you can remember.
Wow.
Only because the girl was, they had to dress her up a little bit, because she looks hideous. She looks a mess. Her, I think, remember Redwine, the woman that accused?
Oh, the lady with the crazy curly hair?
Oh, my God. The first trial, did she look hideous or what? She was...
Well, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you're a sympathizer, okay. I thought Bill was your boy.
I mean,
My people, I swear.
Moving on.
Right. I ain't messing with Redwine no more. Turncoat.
This story does.
I didn't say.
This story does not surprise me here.
Okay.
Virginia hiring company apologizes for racist job posting, and they fire employees. One of Virginia's most popular companies is facing social media ridicule. Hundreds of posts are slamming Cynet systems over a racially discriminatory job posting. The company is apologizing, but a lot of critics wonder how the job post could get by even the most accuracy review. The job was posted across multiple job listings sites, all said the same thing. Preferably Caucasian.
Okay.
Even after being called out, it took the company 44 hours to respond.
That's some bull.
Finally, they tweeted, Cynet apologizes for the anger and frustration caused by our offensive job post. The individuals involved have been terminated. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This goes back to the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, or sex. I guess they didn't know that.
And they put in writing that they preferably wanted a Caucasian?
Preferably Caucasian.
So you're saying it was 44 hours before they pulled it or responded?
Yep. It took the company 44 hours to respond. Finally, they tweeted. It's a Virginia company. Cynet is an IT staffing company in Sterling.
No, Sterling, Virginia.
That brags about the awards as one of the top hiring firms in the country. So it goes on to say, even after the apology, lots of critics are still looking for more. Instead of writing something generic, maybe explain to us, how did this happen?
But when you say happen, how do you literally put that in the world we live in today?
That's the question.
How the hell do you put down on a job, on a recruiting?
Preferably Caucasian.
Preferably Caucasian?
I guess they don't know anything about the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
I just don't understand how that.
I think it's because that's what they really wanted.
There was not one person in human resources that said, "Yo, man, that's not gonna fly, man." You fucking kidding me?
It must be some yes ma'am or yes sir people, and just gonna write whatever the boss says right.
Somebody had to have looked at that and like you said, Papa, somebody should have seen that and went, I don't think we need to post that like that.
That's why those people fired.
Which is going to show you
that's what they say.
Allegedly,
they've been fired.
Allegedly.
It shows you that the whole group is ignorant. They're all ignorant. They got there to brag about
they're all racist.
They got but they're bragging about their awards and everything they've got and everything. But they well, I think that maybe myself, I don't know, other people of color do it too. But I have a tendency to be on a watchful eye for people of color when I see a crowd shot you know, when the group shows a crowd shot, you know, like you'll see, I think like in the Jersey area there was a law firm called something. I think they were in Monmouth, New Jersey, and they would come on TV and they would all be waving at the end of the commercial, like 50 people standing in front of the building. It was whatever the name of the law firm was, Doobie Cheatham and Howell, or whatever the name was. And they would do an overshot of everybody. And I would always look and see how many people of color was in this stack of 50 people standing out there. I said, well, goddamn, they got 2 people. There's 50 people standing there, and it's 2 blacks, like one in the corner, one over.
Well, there's a diamond
commercial.
It's a company that does like jewelry.
Jewelry,
Diamond Discount Warehouse or something, whatever they are. And at the end, they're all waving. And every time I see that, I do the same thing. I'm looking like, okay, how many black people are in this shot?
Only because you want you think that at your age and stamina and where you are in your life that there should be a spread of people out there in existence.
Or you think that things are more diverse than they really are.
No,
I guess
not.
if it's an older company, like if you've been around since, 1909 or something, you might as well forget it. You're not going to find it.
But my question on that is, what is the benefit
Sure.
of you holding down? You know, the sad part about it is that when we think, what is the benefit of you being around a bunch of people that don't look like you? I mean, that all look like you, but they seem to be comfortable with that, very comfortable with that, and it's very interesting.
They don't want change,
and
they don't want no diversity.
But I tell you what, too, also now, a Walmart that I go in quite a bit, you know, and I'm not going to mention the area or the store, but this store, everybody who's in leadership is white. When I look around, everybody's walking around with a little tablet and what have you, telling people what to do. They're of a white nature. And I'm saying to myself, does anybody else see this? And when the blacks are there, they're loading the shelves and store, doing all the other stuff, have these blacks been so numbed to the fact that every time they go to say something to someone as far as a boss, supervisor, manager, what have you, they're of a other than black nature. And then you got some Spanish people that have chummed up with the Caucasians that are kind of acting like that. They have taken that whole Caucasian pedestal, and now they're telling blacks what to do. And I'm like, damn, you lower on the food chain than me. How the fuck are you telling me what to do when you supposed to be traditionally lower than me? But they feel like I go in stores now where Spanish people have been, like restaurants, for example. Spanish jokers were dishwashers and whatever. Now they have risen up.
Of course.
In these stores,
they
like
are outnumbering black people in America.
Yeah, but that too, and then plus they hire within their own. Because I used to frequent this McDonald's in this mall, and that's all you see is it's a small McDonald's, but that's all you see there. You don't see no other.
Definitely.
White, black.
But I just think too.
You're right. Once they get in, they bring their folks.
But the one thing that I would tell black people, and I think that black people need to hear from the highest and loudest rafters, is the fact that we have to apply for what we want.
Yeah.
We cannot go in there thinking we're going to rise up from the bottom. Go in there and apply for the management job. Find out what the requirements is, whether it be education or whatever, because I'm sure in order to be a manager at Walmart, you don't have to bring no damn college degree up in there. You got to, first of all, know somebody.
I don't know. Nowadays, McDonald's.
I don't know, because they have some white folks walking around. They have them white folks walking around as managers at Walmart, ain't bringing no goddamn excuse my language.
But you know
they're not
what?
bringing no.
But no, I'm gonna disagree because I was working with a friend of mine who was looking for employment. She's been retired for a while, and now she wants to go back into the workforce. And a lot of these jobs, like a receptionist, for example, there was a position posted for a receptionist. They had the audacity to ask for a daggone college degree.
But I
was like, are you serious?
That's a distraction. That's to wait people
But no,
off.
I'm saying that, but they put it out there.
Yeah, but
because
Redwine,
you're right.
the
They're
police
trying
force,
to weed people out.
The police force
and
has been doing that.
I told her, go ahead, if you want it, apply for it. Because it's really not necessary. And sometimes they do that just to keep the ones that will say, oh, well, then I can't go.
Well, you know what? Every job does that. But
put your resume out there.
Every job does that, but the word that a legitimate job puts on the back of that is or equivalent.
Right.
Or equivalent, saying that, okay, have a degree
but I told her, look,
or
don't
have
worry
something
about
that,
it.
you know.
Put your application in.
Exactly, and that's what we have to apply for. We have to go there applying for a management position. You know, and then when you become a manager, make a difference. You have to see. We can't come in as managers and then be so pro. We fall into the regime of the people that hire us, and now we're hiring other white folks as managers, and now we're contradicting our own. We're contradicting our own travels, and I see that in every job market going on. People don't understand that when you bring somebody up of a whole different ethnicity into the system, you are feeding their family. At this point, if you're a big black boss in a company and you're just hiring white folks because you see all yuppie white folks out there and that's who you hang with and drink with and live around and what have you. And I remember my father told me years ago, if you look at most rich or well-to-do black people, chances are they're going to end up with white people because that's who they're hanging around. You know, case in point, Serena Williams. You know what I mean? It's not the fact that this guy that she married is so whoever he is so special, whatever, but that he was in her circle.
Right.
When she went out to party, when she went out to socialize, you know, they were there. Oh, I'm going to such a. Oh, so do you see Serena? Oh yeah. And anybody that, no matter how famous you are, hell, you get a little bit of brown liquor in you, and people
I think she tried that other side, but it didn't work out.
But wait a minute, but let me contradict you on that, Ketel. Well, hold up, Ketel. Wait a minute, Ketel. Hold up. Whoa. Trying your own people is not a trial. It's not a try. We have to be in the mix because everybody has their flaws.
Well, she did have some people in the mix there. She dated Common and some other big wigs that were black, but maybe it just didn't work for her.
But look. Let's talk about now. Here's a person too. Look at here's a person too. Let's look at this woman here and look at all the changes she went through. Old girl that does the dance show. What's her name?
Jennifer Lopez.
Okay. Now that girl there done been through the whole gamut of everything. She done did the pendulum 8 times back and forth. Everybody from P. Diddy all the way to the young boy that was taking the money, to everybody over here, to this body.
Look, I can run that down for you.
Like I said, I'm not, but don't get me wrong. I'm not,
I can run that down for you. P. Diddy, she was in love with P. Diddy.
Right.
But when he came up with that gun charge, she said, okay, I got to go.
Yeah, but.
Ben Affleck, that was just a phase.
Yeah, but Alex Rodriguez did more steroids and got kicked out of baseball with his own issues.
Right.
So don't think that he's a prayer book.
The one that she was married to?
The Spanish guy.
Spanish guy or Latino guy?
No, that was my man.
I can't think of his name right now.
You just want to have babies with. I'm just saying that was a partnership.
But you have to understand too. A lot of people.
And this guy now, I think she really loves him.
Well, Alex has got things in common. Well, the bank account has a lot to do with it as well.
Sure.
But I tell you though. But you have to look.
That's called compatibility.
See, the one thing we have to do.
Got to be compatible.
There you go.
The one thing we have to do is look at people with a keen eye, like my man. Joe Madison says, listen with the third ear and see with the third eye.
Okay,
now, but peep this here. If you notice, a lot of people like, who's the girl, the lady that played on Desperate Housewives? Eva Longoria.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eva Longoria. Where did she end up at? Not only did she divorce the gentleman, the basketball player, right, but she eventually eased herself once she made her money because she was on all these different shows making money. But once she reached the pinnacle of making her dough, she slowly fades right back into that whole Spanish crowd. And now she is deeply, deeply rooted back into there, back on who she married, who she got involved with, who she actually had children with, what kind of shows she does now, what kind of Broadway plays she does. Everything she does is of a Spanish native. She don't even cross the American line now because now she's got the money. She went out there and played all that stuff there to get money, but now that she got money, she hopped back, right? And that's not just her. And I look at Jennifer Lopez the same way. She's, even though, believe me, Jennifer Lopez will always be a Spanish woman from the Bronx. I don't care what kind of glitter or mache or whatever you sprinkle on her, lemon meringue, whatever is beautiful and lovely, she'll always be who she is. And it's interesting. I don't give it much hype. I think she's a much better actor than performer, in my opinion.
I agree.
She's a very good actor.
But we got off of
anyway.
But look, I got one more I want to talk about. NASA. This is crazy.
NASA?
Yeah, I got a story about NASA, and this is it for Hit It and Quit It.
Okay.
A metals manufacturer has faked test results. They faked it.
And that's something.
faked the test results and provided faulty materials to NASA, which has caused more than $700 million in losses and 2 failed satellite launch missions, according to an investigation by the U.S. Space Agency. Because of these people lying, basically. The fraud involved an Oregon company called SAPA Profiles Incorporated. Put them on the kisser list. SAPA, S-A-P-A. I wouldn't have done business with a company called SAPA anyway. SAPA Profiles, which falsified thousands of certifications for aluminum parts for over 19 years for hundreds of customers, of which NASA was just one of them. So they've been lying for 19 years.
And you can put them in the same basket with the Volkswagen people.
Yeah.
Who
with the
falsified,
airbags,
no, well, the emissions.
Yeah.
The emissions.
Emissions.
I know a gentleman. I know a gentleman I was working with. This boy got a check for $15,000 for his Jetta. That had a bad emissions thing on there where they lied about that whole year. They issued everybody to own that car $15,000.
There you go. Well, these bad parts were used in the making of the Taurus XL, which is a rocket that was supposed to deliver satellites that were studying the climate of the Earth, etc., back in 2009 and 2011. But the launch vehicles, the clamshell structure that carries the satellite when it travels through the atmosphere did not fully open, which caused an unsuccessful launch. So when they were looking at the testing results, that the certifications and everything were altered, and it provided, the company provided false information, which caused the mission to fail. So news of the satellite failures comes a week after Norsk Hydro ASA, which is the current parent company of SAPA, agreed to pay $46 million to NASA, the Department of Defense, and others to resolve criminal charges and civil claims. So now they got the money, the parent company. So now when all of this bull came to the light, the parent company was like, okay, everybody calm down. We're going to write you a check.
Right.
All right, look.
But NASA done lost $700 million.
Yeah, but they tell NASA, well, here's $46 million. Can you just take that?
Not even a third of what they lost.
Exactly. Yeah. So the company has admitted that employees had faked the test results related to the strength of the metal and the reliability under pressure. Now, you could have gotten people
killed.
You
pulled all the way out the, excuse my language, the MF atmosphere.
That's what I'm saying.
You gonna tell me this metal shit ain't working?
Even if it was just supplies.
Believe me, they were hoping and crossing their fingers every time something launched or something did something. They were like, oh, Lord.
It's ridiculous.
And that's why a lot of those NASA things were failing.
Yes.
Because of that.
And it goes on to say that corporate and personal greed perpetuated the fraud against the government and other private customers, and that this resolution holds that these companies are holding them accountable for harm caused by their scheme. So they're getting money, getting paid, and delivering faulty products that they knew were no good.
From the door.
But they're giving them all this certification and documentation saying, oh, yeah, this can take X number of pounds of pressure and it won't fail under the atmospheric pressure of whatever, knowing full well they were lying.
I know.
But they just created all this crap. I mean, I can get on a computer and make some certificates.
Right.
And apparently that's what they did. They said, look, make some certificates and stuff and say it does this and does that.
Business?
It looks like they are. A spokesman for the Norsk Hydro Company said that the case was settled last week. So I guess they're still around.
They get a third of
They
what
took the settlement. Yeah, basically they settled for a third of it. Personal greed, that's a shame. Corporate and personal greed.
I guess they're going to check and recheck next time, whatever company they deal with.
And I wouldn't trust any of them. And see, that's the thing. When you go and contract with these companies and they sell you something, I mean, that's like with anything.
Right.
If you're buying parts to do whatever it is you're doing, it could be car parts.
Right.
When you buy those car parts and they certify that these things will hold up under certain conditions, etc. And then you go and put it in your vehicle. You and your family are driving and riding along.
Sure.
You're trusting that these people aren't lying to you.
Well, that's what happened with the unfortunately the subway system in the DMV, the district.
Mm-hmm.
They had used faulty products, and the big crash that they had about 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, the subway system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
they
crazy.
Finally did an investigation on it and found out that the parts were faulty.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't what they said.
There had to be a reason
right.
for trains to just jump the tracks and do the stuff they were doing, running through signals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, they got too many fail-safes in place. But anyway.
That's the only thing I don't like about the insurance companies. They can use like generic parts. They don't have to use the part from the dealer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they can use a generic part because they saving money for themselves, sure, but they can do that.
I mean, I'm all for saving a couple of bucks,
I know.
but not to put my life at risk.
That's safety, yeah.
There's so many companies doing that because America's been we've been so shanghaied. Even now with 45 in control, nobody respects us and we don't respect ourselves, and we're just beat up and beat down. It's so sad. Next year is going to be a fiasco, man. I tell you from the month. I'll say that from my own commentary.
Well, we're about to get to that right now, so we're going to take a quick break and come back to What's Poppin' with Poppa DD here on the Pajama Party Show. Are we ready for a refill, gang?
Yeah, sounds like
all right. Refill time. We'll be right back.
This is the Pajama Party coming to you live. What's on your mind? Call us on 914-803-4306. Got an opinion or just want to say hello to the crew? Hello. You know what to do. Call 914-803-4306. If you just want to listen to the show online, go to www.apajamaparty.com and click the banner in the upper right corner. But if you want to talk to the crew, you need to call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. We'll get to your call as soon as possible. It's nothing but fun and a pillow fight every Friday night at the Pajama Party. And remember, PJs only, no clothes allowed. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party. Bartender, another round for the house. Thank you, darling. You're in tune to the late night adult Pajama Party right here on Blog Talk Radio. This is a production of DC Homegrown Entertainment. To share your opinion with the Pajama Party crew, call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. If you'd rather just listen in, you can still call us and listen on your phone, or you can listen online by going to our website, www.apajamaparty.com, and clicking the Listen banner in the top right corner. So join the conversation and let us know what you think about tonight's topics or whatever is on your mind. Okay, who turned the lights off? Call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Hello, 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 hello.
I thought you didn't watch the Three Stooges. That's
No, I don't watch it.
That's the Three Stooges line.
I did not know
So
that.
don't perpetrate it. All right.
No, I didn't know. Really, I don't watch it.
All right. What's popping tonight for me? So much.
Pick something.
You know, all I have to say here is, look, you remember with the Roman days when they say, beware of the Ides of March?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, that meant that beware of not only the surroundings of your environment or, you know, who's against you and who's for you. You know, when Brutus was one that also stuck a knife in Julius Caesar's back when he was overthrown. And he looked at tu Brutus, I thought you was my nigga. And he stabbed him also. So anyway, what I'm telling the world today is to look out for 2020. the year of 2020, I would say from June 1st. From June 1st until the end of the year. All I must say is between January, from the beginning of January until the end of May, handle your business, take care of what you got to do, keep yourself in perspective, get your bills up to date, take care of business, because between June of 2020 and December 31st of 2020, this world is going to be a mess, okay? It's going to be a mess. Because for one, you have the Summer Olympics, all right? Now, the Summer Olympics is a time for everybody to get their stuff off, whoever's into whatever, okay? Now, on top of the Summer Olympics, we have almost 22 to 25 people running for president, okay? So June, even earlier in June, they're going to start debates before the primaries for the Democratic primary. So everybody who's running for president around, the 22 people in line, everybody's going to be evaluated. Who's against who? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Who's doing this? They're going to be battling amongst the Democrats before they even get to battle against the damn Republicans. Okay? That's going to be ugly. There's 22 people, and these people range from senators to mayors to congressmen to just homeless jokers in the park. Anybody and everybody that want to run for president is just running. And that theory came up because people who would especially people of another ethnicity or another race itself, feels like if a black man can do it, I can do it. Okay? The reason why it's so wide open is because people felt like if a black man held it down for 8 years, hell, as a white man, hell, I can hold it down. You know what I mean? You'd be surprised at thinking metabolism that goes with people's thought process. It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind what people think and how they're motivated. It's a damn shame. So anyway, like I said, between June 1st and December 31st, hold on to your fucking hat, excuse the expression, put $1 in the jar. It's going to be crazy between the Summer Olympics and the primary for the Democrat election coming up. Who's going to run? Who's going to be the front runner? And I think people are going to be surprised. I was talking to Ketel about this before, about the people who may end up as the leader of that. It may not be Joe Biden, right? Might not be. So some people are talking pretty good. Some people are talking pretty interesting. But the one thing we got to do,
Booty man.
we got to. People don't know who's going to shape out, because see, Biden could come in on a popularity contest, but other people can come on who likes who. But then you got the old girl, the black young lady, the senator,
Kamala Harris.
Harris can come in based on her support, who gets behind her. So it's gonna be strong. So all I say is that in 2020, you need to stop messing around and understand that you are going to have to stand for something in this world, because everybody's going to be up at arms, and then Trump going to be meddling with the Russians like he normally does. Okay, he's going to be doing his thing over there. He's going to have them jiggling stuff. There's going to be all kind of corruption with election booths and everything else going on, because that job got a lot of power. Anytime somebody will wake their ass up at 2 o'clock in the morning to give you some fucking toast, that's a lot of power. Wake up and give me some toast. Not eggs, not chicken, not turkey, not pork. Just give me some toast with some little bit of butter, a little apple butter. Little apple butter. And say, yes, sir, Mr. President. I got my drawers on, but I'll bring it up. That's power. And you got access to Air Force One. You got access to a plane that you can get in that plane and fly to Michigan and talk shit about the world in front of your constituents. Just talk, yak. And when you get done, you jump back on Air Force One, your own personal damn plane? Are you fucking kidding me? That is power. Major power. And Trump don't want to get that shit up. Because with all the shicey stuff he did, if you're from the New Jersey, Philadelphia, or New York area, you know fucking Trump, okay? Everybody, a lot of these people out here that think they know Trump, I'm a Trump supporter, yeah. This is people that lived in Oklahoma, in Wyoming, in North Dakota, and this white guy came up talking all this up about how much he hates Negroes, how much he hates Spanish, how much he hates the whole border thing, and he riled y'all up and y'all voted for him, cool. But people in New Jersey, New York, okay, in Philadelphia, shit, we know his ass. We know him from what we called in Philly Chicken Bone Beach. Chicken Bone Beach, a.k.a. Atlantic City, where he had Trump Plaza, the Trump Taj Mahal, the Trump this, the Trump that. We know that joker from way back when he tried to get that lady who didn't want to sell her house when he was trying to build his hotel, and this one lady had this one little house in the middle of all these fucking hotels, and she said, I am not moving, fuck you. And he fought that woman tooth and nail until he finally paid that old woman big money to move. And that's the same way old girl is treating him now, who's the lady who runs the Democrats, what's her name? Nancy Pelosi, treat him the same way. The one thing about Trump, in order to beat Trump, you got to be experienced at your game. You got to talk just as much shit as he does. You cannot go at Trump soft. Trump is a North Jersey, Bergen County, Jersey City, Atlantic City. You know what I mean? He's got that northern, like the whole, what was that show? The Sopranos kind of Babachi, fucking Gotti, fucking Teflon Don, fucking yeah. If you don't come at him like that, he gonna beat you down. Then he got that crazy scarecrow vampire motherfucker Rudy Giuliani on his ass. Who gives a shit about him? His ass been ass. This man got spider webs coming out of his fucking ears. That's how old and crazy he is. Remember Giuliani? Oh, I'm Giuliani. Giuliani was cheating on his wife while he was mayor with his press secretary. He's fucking a number woman while he was mayor. And you got nerve to talk shit with any kind of sacredness when you was cheating on your wife. You had a 10-year-old boy while you were mayor during 9/11. You was fucking your press secretary. Really, Rudy? Give me a break, okay? That's his resume. That's his background. But he'll go, oh yeah, the president. Everybody is so tight shirt these days. Everybody's tie is up against their neck. But when they were thinking with their little head, nobody really was like, I mean, come on. We all came from something.
Come on, man.
All right? Trump came from something. Trump got in office because he manipulated some stuff, and he's running against Hillary Clinton, okay? Hillary was too busy. Instead of her being white like she was, she hanging with fucking Jay-Z and Oprah and all these black people, and she's fucking breakdancing, and she's line dancing, and she's doing all kind of shit. And the whites up in North Dakota said, oh, fuck that white bitch. This bitch ain't down here doing she's not doing she ain't doing no country. She didn't go to Nashville. You know what I mean? She didn't go to North Dakota. She didn't, you know what I mean? Hillary, please. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm getting the sign to wrap it up. I'm about to fire Redwine and Ketel. But anyway, I'm just saying. I'm just saying that 2020 is going to be rough. So please, between June 1st and December 31st, know who and what you are. It's going to be a difficult time in America because Trump's going to be trying to keep his. Democrats are going to get theirs. It's just going to be a mess. So please be ready.
All right now. Oh, that was hot. There was. It's some good points. And that Rudy Giuliani, that's a freaky dude. That's all I can say.
Yeah, wild dude, man.
But speaking of freaky, we're going to shift gears and go into the weird news.
All right now. Get it on.
It's been moving. I got one for you about this man who, this is out of Dover, New Hampshire. Man accused of being married to 4 women has pleaded guilty on Monday to bigamy, but he will avoid jail time if he remains on good behavior for the next 5 years.
Oh, my God.
So he got to act next 5 years. Michael Middleton, age 43, married a Georgia woman in 2006, an Alabama woman in 2011, and a New Hampshire woman in 2013 that led to a bigamy charge in New Hampshire. But he, according to court documents, also married a fourth woman in Kentucky.
Oh,
in
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know what? When you said Georgia and Alabama, that's driving distance. But when you said New Hampshire,
Yeah, then he went to New
now
Hampshire.
you jumping on an airplane, and then you went to where from New
Well, that was
Hampshire?
like 2 years
And
apart.
then from New Hampshire
From
went to
New
Kentucky.
Hampshire was 2013, and then in Kentucky in 2016.
But he never divorced these women.
No, he just kept marrying people.
Right. So he kept moving from state to state. And
Exactly.
kept marrying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, baby, I love
So
it.
this
Get married.
woman in New Hampshire, Alicia Grant, blamed him for her transformation from being a compassionate person to someone with a not my problem attitude.
Oh, my
She said it was all his fault. He
Uh-huh.
made me a different person. But she said she was satisfied with the consequences of his actions, with the, with him having to do whatever for 5 years. She said when we got married 6 years ago, I thought I had found somebody that was going to be my life partner, someone I could face life's ups and downs with and all of that. Instead, I got 6 years of pain and misery as I tried to free myself from the prison of his lies and manipulations.
Poor baby.
Lord. Woo!
Poor baby.
She said, let me go.
Mm-hmm.
So as part of his 12-month suspended sentence, he was ordered to undergo screenings for domestic abuse and substance abuse and comply with any recommended counseling or programs. Neither he or his attorney had anything to say about it, but after the hearing, he was asked if he was sorry about what he had done, and he told reporters that he did feel compassion and understanding for the New Hampshire wife. He ain't say nothing about the other three. But he said it was a good outcome, and I hope to move forward with my life and everything and abide by everything that I was told to do.
Oh, Lord. We're gonna keep an eye on
Got
him.
issues.
Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on him.
I'm going to put him on the kiss it list.
Wow.
What's his name?
This brother, Michael Middleton.
Okay.
All right. Who else has got one for us?
Man, it's 3 men. It's my 3 men, I guess, huh?
Uh-huh.
Man with moose nuggets in carry-on says politics stinks. In Juneau, Alaska, politics can stink. That was the message delivered by a traveler to airport inspectors in Alaska who found moose nuggets inside his carry-on bag.
Moose nugget? What is that, like a chicken nugget?
I guess a doodle ball. I don't know. K2.
Oh, my gosh.
Public media reports the man told agents he collects the droppings, and likes to present it for politicians and their bleeping policies.
Oh, wow.
TSA spokeswoman Lisa Farbstein says the discovery didn't warrant writing a report, and the man was sent on his way with the moose poop. It's not
Wait, they didn't take it. They told him go on with your moose poop.
Right. She didn't write a report about it.
Ooh.
It's not known if it was the same person, but a man was seen passing out baggies of moose nuggets at the Capitol on the same day as the protest against the Alaska governor's proposed budget.
Okay.
That's it. I've heard it.
Y'all talking a bunch of shiggity. Here's some for you.
Yeah, I've heard it all.
For you. Okay.
I've heard it all.
All righty. Okay, Papa, you got the last weird news. What you got for us?
Last weird news I got. A man sues his parents for destroying his $29,000 porn collection.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, and this man is very serious about this particular thing.
He sued his parents?
This is an Indiana man is suing his parents for a pretty basic act. He said for destroying his valuable porn collection. So his parents must have just came in his room and threw away boxes and boxes of stuff without consulting with him, but he claimed that the man who was being identified just as Charlie claims the porn stash had an estimated value of $28,940.72, including more than 400 VHS sex tapes, more than 1,600 DVD sex tapes, 160 plus CDs, and he had 70 sex toys. Everything from
70?
dildos to whatever, dramatics, you name it, everything. He had the grease, the lube, whole nine. He had all the shit. He had a whole, you name it. Anyway, Charlie is seeking a total of $86,822.16, which includes the value of missing items and the amount that it would cost to replace them. Some of the films worthy of including exclusive like Freaky Business, Big Bad Grammys. Grannies are big bad grannies, like grandmamas, sexy grandmamas, according to the Associated Press. Things came to a head this week after Charlie filed a lawsuit against his parents, according to the court documents. He moved into his parents' home in Grand Haven, Michigan in October 2016 while going through a divorce. All right? Although Charlie stayed with his parents for about 10 months, he was asked to leave in August of 2017. After what was termed as a domestic situation, a few months later, the parents traveled to India to drop off some of his possessions, but it didn't include his massive porn collection. He confronted his parents by saying, "I appreciate you bringing my possessions, but where is my porn possessions?"
Oh my God.
He'd rather have
my porno crap.
He'd rather have his sex shit than his drawers. Anyway, a month after filing the police report, Charlie sent an email to his dad explaining the situation. Okay, if you had a problem with my belongings, you should have stated that at the time, and I would have gone elsewhere. Instead of choosing to keep quiet and behaving viciously and throwing out my belongings, according to a report he gave ABC News. Okay, according to the lawsuit, his father responded saying he was doing his son a favor by throwing out all that mental and emotional stuff that was messing with his health and causing him to be depression and not treating his wife the way he should have treated her. And right now, him and his father is at a big feud because he said his pop threw away his porn.
Okay.
And dad, well, you know.
All I'm saying is, anytime you a grown man getting a divorce and you move back home with your parents with, how much was it, $27,000 worth of porn?
Yeah.
If you could have gone somewhere else, you would have.
Yeah, we say he had the
for
best.
him to say, if y'all had a problem, you should have told me. I would have gone somewhere else.
He said he had the best dildos the money could buy, though,
you
really.
didn't have anywhere else to go, Charlie. Put him on the kiss it list, Ketel. Charlie with the porn collection. Charlie, you full of shit.
His father said, "I'm doing you a favor, son. You're crazy.
I'm trying to help you, boy.
Stop jacking that pud. Stop whacking your pud. Go get some sex.
Go wash your hands." He probably wanted to go get a real girl. Go wash your hands, you nasty boy. Oh, you nasty boy.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, I'm just saying tonight, I want to talk about 45. We haven't really hit on 45 much tonight. But tonight, I want to talk about this situation.
This is Redwine, by the way, with her segment, which is called I'm Just Saying.
Oh, thank you, Papa.
Redwine.
There was a situation, an event, I'll say, but I think was a situation, where, you know how Trump, when teams win a championship, he typically will extend an invitation and invite them to come to the White House, right? Well, he invited, this is the third time this year that he invited different collegiate athletes to come to the White House to celebrate their accomplishment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he keep bringing out fast food for these folks? What is that about? I'm just saying, can you just show a little bit of class? Do you think that just because they are college athletes, that all they eat is Wendy's and Burger King and McDonald's? Is that really what you think? I mean, literally, they came to lunch dressed up like in their Sunday best kind of stuff. You know, when you get an invitation to come to the White House for lunch, you get dressed up.
Yep.
So they showed up. It was the girls' team, female team, women's team, whatever you want to call it. But the female team came, and this was from Baylor University this time, came, took the invitation, accepted the invitation, showed up, dressed up, and this Bama's got fast food all laid out for him. Like, here you go. Have a burger. Have some fries. Have some fried chicken. What kind of shiggity is that? Can you just show a little bit of class? What is your problem? I don't know if it was like, I do realize that a lot of the players are black, So I'm kind of feeling like, is it a racial thing? Do you think black people just want to eat fast food? I know he likes fast food, but you got trained chefs who work at the White House who could have put together whatever kind of spread you wanted to lay out. Even if you wanted to do something elevated like a fast food thing, you could have done some elevated type sliders. You could have done like some kind of potato dish, au gratin, whatever. You could have done sliders, potatoes au gratin, some kind of vegetable thing, a little dessert. You could have done something that still is reminiscent of burgers and fries and chicken without literally bringing in Wendy's, Burger King, and effing McDonald's. What kind of low class, no class, BS trash, non-class having mess is that? I don't want to go to the White House for that bull crap. I can go through the day and go drive-in 7 days a week and get that shiggity. If I get an invitation to the White House, I'm expecting the White House chefs are going to lay out some stuff that's going to be off the freaking chain. And this is what you do? You are a low-class, no-class having Bama of the week. What is your effing problem? And this is the third time this year that he's done this crap. Third time this year. So clearly you think this is acceptable behavior. Somebody needs to tell this mother freaking Bama that this is not how you should be getting down at the White House. You need to go call Barack and Michelle and ask them, how do we do things at the freaking White House? Because clearly you have no clue. You have no class and you have no clue. I so wish you could get out of there because you're such an embarrassment. Why would you invite a college team to come to the White House and you give them that fast food bull crap? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I just don't know what to say. What is wrong with you? Could you just show a little bit of class? I'm just saying, even if it's not real, could you just fake it? Gosh, I just don't understand it. Oh, all right, I'm going to take a breath. I'm done. I just had to say it. Like, what the freak? What the freak, man? WTF? What the freak? Never seen no mess. This is Redwine. I'm just saying. Can you just show a little class? 45? Damn.
With 45 on the kiss.
Damn. I ain't never seen no stuff like that. Or invite people to the White House and give them Whoppers and Big Macs. I'm a shiggity.
I don't think nobody works in the kitchen. I think
See, that's
everybody
cool, because they do. They have top-class chefs up in that joint.
They're not giving them a chance.
Anyway, we're going to keep it moving.
Oh.
Papa, where's Poppa DD? Oh, okay. He's not ready yet.
Okay, we're going to take a little CC.
I reckon we will.
We fill our
Or we could go
cocktails.
to the Hollywood wrap-up and then come back.
That's fine.
Want to do that?
I don't have no problem with that.
All right, let's do that.
All right.
Let's go to Ketel and the Hollywood wrap-up, and then we'll swing back to Living Free City.
Well,
What's happening in La La Land, Ketel?
well, if nobody has found out, North Carolina lawyer Chelsea Christ, she was named Miss America 2019.
Ooh, go on, girl.
27-year-old lawyer from North Kakalaki who represents prison inmates for free won the Miss USA title on Thursday. She claims she was a weird kid with a unibrow.
Oh.
Also, there was the runner-up. She was from New Mexico, and the other young lady, second runner-up, from Oklahoma, and they were either Hispanic or black. So it seems like Miss America is trying to change a little bit. So.
Well, la-di-da.
Yeah, la-di-da. Also, Oprah, my girl, she says she's going to call it quits on the 60 Minutes.
Really?
Oprah says she is no longer working as a contributor to 60 Minutes, saying the legendary news magazine wasn't a good fit for her.
Oh.
It was not the best format for me, Winfrey says.
La-di-da.
She goes on to say, how should I say this? Never a good thing when I have to practice saying my name and have to be told that I have too much emotion in my name. I think she said her name 7 times. You know how they say I'm Oprah Winfrey or whatever, 60 Minutes.
Mhm.
They said she was too emotional.
What?
I said, y'all got the queen here.
This sound like some.
Y'all tripping.
Sound like some mess.
So it goes on to say the executive producer Jeff Fager, he sent out a press release. She has achieved excellence in everything she has touched. Her body of work is extraordinary, including thousands of interviews with people from all walks of life. She is a remarkable and talented woman with a level of integrity that sets her apart. But in interim, you don't want her anymore. He says, I am thrilled that she will be bringing her unique and powerful voice to the broadcast. But, he said all that when she first came on. She says, I'm so excited and proud to join forces with this historical news program.
Mhm.
But they just weren't a good fit. So, she's quote unquote used to being her own boss and somebody else, I guess, being her boss and telling her she was too emotional.
No, doesn't sound right.
That wasn't going to happen. Also, Rihanna and the Childish Gambino, they teamed up to do a film, and that's called Guava Island. They supposed to be playing boyfriend and girlfriend, and they said this was filmed in Cuba in 2018, the summer of 2018. So the name of the film is Guava Island. His character name is Demi, and her character name is Kofi. He's supposed to be a local celebrity musician, and she's a seamstress that works on the island. So check it out and see what it's going to be about. So, but it's only streaming, so I guess you can't see it in the theater. It's streaming.
Oh, okay.
And that came out. It came out at the Ketel Music Festival on April 13th.
Oh, okay. I did see Beyonce's show.
Yeah,
Coachella. She shut that joint down.
She sure did. Oh, you know what? They were talking about her and Taylor Swift. How Taylor Swift, they thought that Taylor Swift was kind of doing the same things that she was doing at Coachella. As
what, the vanilla version?
I guess so. I'm like, skirt. Ain't gonna happen.
Good try.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we lost a great producer and actor and director, John Singleton. He was the first African American man to be nominated for Best Directing Oscar. As we know now, he died on Wednesday. He was only 51.
Wow.
And he was having problems with diabetes and some other things. They said he had checked himself into a hospital, saying he was having some problems with his legs and stuff like that. So, but he died from a stroke, they said. I mean, he did things like, well, his first film was Boys in the Hood with Cuba Gooding. Well, it was a lot of actors. Cuba Gooding Jr., Ice Cube, Lawrence Fishburne, Morris Chestnut, and Angela Bassett. Man.
Everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
And also the other girl.
Who's that?
Fresh Prince.
Nia Long?
Nia Long.
Oh, yeah, Nia Long. That's right. She was in it. He also did some other films, too. With Higher Learning, Poetic Justice with Tupac and Janet Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
His Baby Boy, of course, Taraji P. and Tyrese. Every time they get together, they always go through that same thing. He did Shaft, Samuel Jackson.
Oh, he did. I didn't know that.
And I didn't realize he directed The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Oh.
And he directed Four Brothers, and he produced the 2000 film Hustle and Flow.
I didn't know that.
And he did have a drama on, I think it was a cable station. It was called Snowfall.
I remember when that came out. It was about when crack came in.
1980s, yeah.
Yeah, to the community.
Yeah, so. That's my Hollywood wrap-up.
All right. Well, thank you, Ketel. Now we are up to date. Appreciate that. All right, Poppa DD. You ready for us now? All right, well, let's get it popping. We don't want to run out of time. So we're going to shift gears and go to Poppa DD and Living for the City. What you got for us tonight, Papa?
Let me see. Just want to talk about this gentleman by the name of, he's the new district attorney. What's his name?
Barr?
Barr, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to keep it short because we want to save on time. But, you know, what gets me is that before we met Barr, before we knew who Barr was, Barr, I guess, was a decent American citizen. But Barr chose to team up with Trump and just bring corruption in his life immediately. Now he's walking around the White House and the Capitol with all this arrogance and discontentment where he let another person like Trump turn him out and turn him into somebody now that everybody hates. But you wasn't that before you got that job. You was a regular citizen in society. Now you're being scrutinized and looked at as being a crony of Trump's. What was it, finances, or what was it that Trump pay you? A few $1 million to team up with him, but to act the way he does? Who would would anybody in this world transfer their life to team up with somebody that's crooked? All I've ever teamed up with people in my life is people that showed love and concern, appreciation, and staying power for the future going forward. I never teamed up with, maybe in high school I hang out with a few losers, but I had to get away from them because my mama said if your ass don't graduate, you ain't gonna live here. So I had to kick them to the curb. So, but I don't understand how these people would take their own careers and get behind Trump and all of a sudden just become a criminal. Like it's nothing. Like Trump's gonna save his life. I give you $5 million to speak for me and save my ass and blah 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 blah. But like my father always said, and this too will come to pass. So we'll see within the next 4 to 6 years where all this is going to end up, because all these men that are doing dirt, they're all old. Okay? When I say old, I'm basing it on life expectancy. They're all in their 70s. Okay? And by the time you reach 80 years old, you ain't playing that game no more because the prostate grown and everything. Your prostate grown, got a couple of pallets on your damn on your colon. You know what I mean? And colon cancer, hell, that's the revenge of the cow. So if you're eating that red meat, ain't no telling how many. But anyway, just to make a long story short, why this gentleman Barr just all of a sudden team up with him like that out of nowhere? I feel sorry for your life, brother.
Somebody's buttering that
bread. Put Barr on the kisser list.
Yeah, Barr. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that one.
Yeah, you're going to team up with a criminal. Please.
Well, this is why we have the cocktail of the week. Because of people like William Barr and Trump and some of these other folks that's on the kiss it list.
Okay.
If you want to add anybody to the kiss it list before we announce this week's winners, give us a call, 914-803-4306. Press 1. All right, let's see. Ketel, what do we have for tonight?
Got the Bombay
of the week that I've been sipping on.
Okay, Bombay Mule.
What's it called?
Bombay Mule.
Oh, say it again.
A Bombay Mule.
Yes, indeed.
It's a Moscow Mule made with gin. It's just delicious and perfect for any season. So why not make it with Bombay Sapphire?
Why not?
For the ultimate sparkle and pizzazz.
Yes, indeed.
So it is 1 part Bombay Sapphire gin, quarter part lime juice, and 4 parts of Fever Tree ginger beer.
Oh yeah.
All right. Build all in a large rock glass. Stir well with ice and squeeze 2 lime wedges over the drink.
Oh yeah.
Stir briefly and enjoy. Called the Bombay Mule.
I'm enjoying this one.
I see.
It is so refreshing.
I bet it
so
is.
Delicious.
Yes.
So easy to make.
Yes.
You don't need to be a mixologist to do this.
All right.
All right. Poppa DD, can you tell us about the world famous Kiss It List?
Yes.
What it is and why we put people on it, so that we can go ahead and announce the people that are on this week's Kiss It List. Break it down for us.
All right. Well, the kisser list is the people that have showed their butt hiney. Butt hiney is your posterior buttocks, which is also known as your gluteus maximus.
Left cheek and right cheek.
Left cheek and right cheek. It's also the circumference of the padding that protects your
So
cheekbone.
in other words, people who've been acting like an ass this week.
Ass, exactly.
Gotcha.
Right. Which is the last thing you wash with your washcloth.
Okay.
Anyway, this is a list that we compiled of everybody who asked up.
Okay.
And they begin with 45.
Yeah, 45. We got Barr. You just mentioned Barr.
Mm-hmm.
Kraft.
Oh,
Kraft,
definitely.
yeah,
And
Kraft.
his lawyers.
And lawyers.
Mm-hmm. Got foot with your weed whacker.
Also, Sappa, Profiles
Yes.
Company, that did the faulty
NASA part.
Yeah.
Slide.
Yeah.
Bunch of liars.
You mentioned Volkswagen about the emissions.
Volkswagen about the emissions.
Yes.
The Alaska Man about the moose poop.
Yes.
Mhm.
Moose Poop Man.
Michael Middleton, the
bigamist.
bigamist or
Okay.
Marrying
polygamist
4 women.
in different regions. He was flying to do
Oh,
it.
yeah. He was all over the place.
And
Really, yeah.
the guy Charlie with the porn collection.
Yes. Charlie with the
Yeah,
porn.
with the porn collection.
Charlie.
Also, 45 again for not showing up for the Teacher of the Year award for African American male that won the award. Last 2 years prior to that, it was 2 white females. He showed up for that, but he didn't show up for this. Betsy DeVos gave him the educational secretary gave the African American man the award. So.
And she's a Bama.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's a Bama too.
So
put
she's
her,
on the
yeah, put her,
kiss
yeah,
list.
put her on the list too.
Yeah.
Also, Trump for giving a fast food to
Yes.
Yeah.
the girls of,
You want to
like you
invite
were
this
saying,
collegiate
Baylor.
team
Yes.
from
Baylor beat Notre Dame for the championship.
And you're going to bring them to the White
Now,
House
these
for
are
lunch
athletic
and
women
give them
now.
a bunch of fast food bull crap.
Right.
They want some
Athletic
healthy
women,
stuff.
both of them, a lot of them are built like brick shit houses anyway.
They want some healthy stuff.
Right. All right.
I said
so,
you could do sliders. You could have done anything.
Right. So
Yeah.
what we got for 'em?
Burger King and all that bull.
Okay,
we got
this-
something for you.
This is for everybody on the kiss list.
Here it is.
My entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass.
You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass.
Well, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Said it isn't true.
All right.
Lord.
Okay, well that was
Better ask somebody.
that was the record for the kissing list of everybody that showed their butt hiney, their buttocks, their gluteus maximus, which is a padding that protects your butt bone.
Just show
Anyway,
it off.
What's your last word, Pop?
my last word is I like to hope that my friend David in Philadelphia is recovering from his medical situation, and
Shout
brother,
out
you
to
need to
David.
come down to Maryland, man, so we can eat some crabs and eat some
Oh
shrimp.
yeah.
And
It's
some
about it's crab season, isn't it?
crab season,
Right
man.
now.
So
Okay.
Crabbing on.
get
How about
healthy,
some
man.
Chesapeake
Get
Bay
healthy,
crabs?
and we
Right.
can maybe go to New Orleans and eat some oysters and get your libido back
Oh.
and get back. You know, get right. It's, yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh boy.
Anyway, get healthy, my brother, and my own family. My mother, who's coming up on her 90th birthday,
All right.
16th of this month.
Shout
God
out to
bless
Papa
her.
DD's mom.
God bless her, and hopefully she lives to see that day. And hopefully I'll live to see my next birthday. But anyway, hey, that's my word. So,
Oh,
Red
okay. My last word is to the women on the Baylor basketball team. I am so sorry that you got to the White House all dressed up, preparing to receive something respectable.
yeah.
and honorable and got a bunch of fast food bull.
You know, Burger King got 10 nuggets for $1.49.
You know, but I'm just saying, that doesn't even make any sense.
They being cheap.
And you know the thing about fast food is that stuff stays hot for about, what, 60 seconds?
Stay in your stomach for 6
60
months.
seconds and then it's done.
Yeah.
If you don't eat it in the first minute when it comes out the grill or out the fryer, it's done.
Yep.
So that was really tacky. So to Trump, I say you are tacky.
Bama.
You are tacky and you are Bama.
Bama of the week.
Bama, Bama, Bama. Shame on you.
Bama.
And I'm mad at Melania that she didn't tell him don't do that.
I know.
She must have sat back and said, yeah, that would be a good idea.
Probably so.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to everybody who hangs out with us on Friday nights. We appreciate you. Love you much. Over to you, Ketel. And happy birthday to everybody who had birthdays in the month. What month is this? May?
This is May now.
Gosh. I was going to say April. Oh, yeah, Cinco de Mayo getting ready to happen.
Yeah, sure.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't have a daiquiri tomorrow.
Yep.
Or Sunday, but have a daiquiri.
What's happening tomorrow because
It's pre-Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, it's on a Sunday. So have a daiquiri, a margarita tomorrow. What's your last word?
My last word is, why are we continuing to go through the BS of this political fiasco? I don't understand half of this political shit. I try to listen to it, but I just don't understand it. It's a waste of our MF and time and our taxpaying money.
You right.
Let's just get to the point. Either you're going to impeach the man or you're not. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to go forward, whatever you're going to go forward with, that back and forth BS, I can't get with that. Either you're going to go after Barr, get his motherfucking ass knock on his damn door and go get his ass.
Or
I ain't got time for that back and forth shit. Y'all just wasted our time, our money.
You right.
It's just not making
sense. Get off
right.
the pot.
Give a shit or get off the pot. I'll say it for you. Shit. That's my last word. Y'all have a good evening and be safe out there.
All right. Well, we thank you for hanging out with the Pajama Party Crew. You can catch us online at apajamaparty.com. We appreciate you telling somebody about our show. Tell somebody to check us out at apajamaparty.com. Join us Friday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And we'll be back next Friday to do it again. We're going to say goodnight.
8 o'clock.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
8 o'clock on the Midwest.
No, that's Central.
Central Time, right? We're 7 o'clock, like in Denver, Colorado.
I think it's best you give it up, Papa.
Mountain Time. We're 6 p.m.
6 on the West Coast.
6 on the West Coast,
Oh,
and
God.
like we said, 9:15 CP time.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Well, we're out of here. Say good night, everybody. Good night. Good night. Bonsoir. Till next Friday night. We'll do it all over again. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of jazz.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party.